Christmas, a time for miracles, wishing to find a remedy, hoping for better days to come. Memories of flickering shadows, cold nights, hearing the wind blows the
Every time I sit down to make these videos, it gets a little bit harder. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lii Borossy. In today's video, we're gonna go over my 32nd week of pregnancy, all my symptoms I have had, what I'm currently feeling, and my thoughts about baby's arrival, because I think that we might have an early one coming and it's stressing me out a little bit. I also want to go through like what I need to do, like nesting wise, things that I need to prepare before his arrival. So let's start with some of my symptoms for week 32. And how adorable is my little cup? Caesar picked this one up for me. If you missed my first Christmas video for the season, I shared this cup with you in my last video. If you want to go check it out, it was a mini haul and like talking about new and old traditions. So if you want some Christmas ideas for 2020, go ahead and check out that video. But anyway, currently drinking decaf coffee, and I will tell you why in a moment. So for week 32 I have been experiencing insomnia to the point where I have been very tired, but every time I lay down to rest or to sleep for the night, it's like I have really difficult to fall asleep. It doesn't matter how tired I am. When I'm actually sleeping, it's like I'm sleeping very deeply and I'm getting a good rest. But to get to that point is really difficult, and I'm like lying awake at night until like 1 o'clock in the morning, like just thinking about all the things that I need to get done, and like baby boy and he's moving so much and that kind of thing. So insomnia has been one of the big symptoms for the week. And also a big symptom this week was nesting. We have been completely redoing our entire living room and dining area in our apartment, completely switching the two.
Alexa, pausa. Okay, so as you can see, this is the before. We have the things now everywhere. So this used to be our dining area, and here is the real like living area where we sit down and watch TV and that kind of thing. So the idea is in the future that this wall is completely gonna be knocked out, and we're gonna have our TV here with a fireplace, a small fireplace, and this is gonna be all opened up, and we're gonna have an island here, and the kitchen is gonna be distributed so differently. So now I'm like in nesting mode, and I want to change and see just how it feels to have the sofa here and the dining table here. So that's what we're gonna do now. We even had an electrician come to try and fix some new cables for us to be able to move the television. Currently dealing with some Wi-Fi issues now. Now our TV can't connect to the router, but anyway, whole other story and headache. But the living room is starting to look really nice, and I'm hoping that I can put up my Christmas tree soon. And I feel like I'm constantly going around my apartment finding like projects to do, things that I feel like it's so necessary to have done before baby comes, but in reality that's not really true, because he's not gonna care if I have patched all the holes in my walls and touched up color where it has chipped and that kind of thing. But that's what I'm currently doing, because I feel like it's something I will not be able to do when he's here, and I want everything to be perfect when he's here. So I know for a fact that nesting is in full bloom. I have been experiencing at night when I brush my teeth some bleeding gums. So when I'm not harsh on my teeth at all when I'm brushing, I'm always very careful. And I have like a soft to medium, how do you say? softness to my toothbrush, so I know that it's not my fault. I know that my gums are just very sensitive right now, and I know that's a very common pregnancy symptom to have. It happened to me in my 2 previous pregnancies. And I can also mention that if you're new here, this is my 3rd pregnancy. We are dealing with a high-risk pregnancy. This is our 2nd baby. We did lose our 1st one in month 6, and I just wanted to mention that because I feel like I have a lot of new faces here every time, and some of you stick around and some of you don't, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. I have so much pregnancy content coming your way, and you don't want to miss baby boy's arrival and his name reveal and the birth vlog and all of that, so click that subscribe button before you do anything else and give the video a like. That helps me out too. But I feel like I needed to mention that because if you don't know my history, then you know, some of the things I say might seem a little bit weird, maybe. Anyway, continuing on. I have been quite emotional this week. I have been crying more than normal. I have been getting upset more than normal. I have been fighting with Caesar more than normal. And I know that this happened to me like all throughout the pregnancy in phases, like where I'm going through some kind of hormonal change or anything. I'm like always getting like on edge with him, and I apologize for that, Shuri, if you're watching. But the most exciting thing probably is that baby has dropped this week. I'm 99.9% sure that baby has actually dropped, because I feel a significant change in my body. And I even feel like I look different, and I posted a picture on my Instagram asking you guys if you think the same, and I think it was 79 or 80% of you guys who agreed with me that it looked like baby had dropped. So if you're not following me on Instagram either, please go ahead and do so. I share everyday updates, like daily updates there, what's going on with me and with baby and my house and the decorations and whatever I feel is important and fun at the moment. So I will have it on the screen here, and I also link it down in my description box always if you want to find me on other platforms. But yes, so that's exciting. So he has dropped because I feel like while I'm still out of breath, I still can take deeper breaths and I can breathe more easily. Now I was gonna say it in Spanish. Before week 32, I feel like I was constantly taking like short breaths, or whatever it's called. Like I was doing something like, I was not able to do a full deep breath and filling my lungs with air, but now I feel like I can do that. That means that I have more space, and I think that that's one symptom of him dropping. Also, when I look at my pictures, when I take my selfies, I see the change in my bump. I see it more heavy underneath, and I see it more flat on top. And while he's still big, so he's obviously taking up a lot of space, I still have like the bulk between my ribs and that kind of thing, but he is significantly lower, so that's exciting. I've also experienced a lot of like lightning crotch. I think I touched on that last week in my update, what it is and how it feels like, and it's not very comfortable. But the thing that has reduced, knock on wood, this week is the round ligament pain, and that's strange. It's like for a moment I can forget that I'm pregnant, and then I hit my bump in something and I realize, oh my god, I'm huge. I should not go this way, or I should not be standing so near to this, or when I'm cooking I'm like constantly knocking over the pots and pans with my belly, and it's quite funny actually. But so that's a nice symptom to have, like not lost completely, but is significantly better. So the round ligament pain is like giving me a bit of a break at the moment, so that's nice. I did weigh myself yesterday, and I was still 65 kilograms, so the same as last week. So in total I have gained about 10 kilograms in total. My cravings this week have been salads, like mostly lettuce and like with dressing. which is super strange because normally I don't enjoy it so much, but now it's like with every meal I need to have a salad. And I also have been craving like the small clementines or mandarins or whatever it's called in English, and it's very festive now. This is the season for oranges and clementines and that kind of thing, so it makes me excited because that means that Christmas is approaching and his arrival is approaching, and this is just my absolute favorite time of the year, if you can't tell. So that has been my cravings. Other things that happened this week, and actually have been happening for a while, but I haven't talked about it because it's something that I forget. But people are commenting on like how my bump looks like, and they're like, oh, but how far along are you, or when is he coming? And when I tell them, they're like, oh, but you're quite small, or things like that. And I feel huge, I feel enormous. I feel like I look like I did when I was 9 months pregnant with Natalie, which is probably correct because I have photos so I can go back and see, and she was quite tiny when she was born. She was born at 38 weeks and 5 days, and when she came out she was only 2 kilograms 600 grams, so she was just like 100 grams over the limit of where they would need to give her like steroid shots and that kind of thing. So I'm just thinking that he's a little bit bigger maybe. I'm thinking that he's gonna be a small baby, but I think he's gonna be bigger than his sister. That's my feeling. And who knows, maybe he will be huge. I have no idea. But I do have an upcoming appointment, let's see, I think next week. Yes, next Tuesday. I have an appointment coming up where I'm having a scan, and we're gonna check on his kidneys and his growth and that kind of thing. We are, like I mentioned, high risk, and what we are looking at is his kidneys and his heart mainly, because he did have some, not defects, but abnormalities with those two things. And I have talked in depth about that in my previous videos many times, like around my 20-week mark is where I started to update you guys on that. So if you want to go ahead and check those out, you can go back. Yeah, I think that's all my symptoms for the week that I can remember and that I wrote down. But it's been an interesting week, and the things that I feel like I need to do now, I have made a little list. And I also took a look in my app, the Pregnancy Plus app, what they recommend you to do now. And it's like, get the nursery ready, pack your hospital bag, prepare for who's gonna take care of your other children when you will be going into labor, that kind of thing. And I'm like, oh my god, I haven't done anything of that. I haven't started anything. And right now I don't know who's gonna take care of Natalie when we go into labor, because we are in like, not lockdown again, but we are not allowed to travel between the cities where I live and that kind of thing because of COVID. So my original idea was for my mother, of course, to take Natalie when we go into the hospital, but she's not living in our area, so we are not allowed to go see her, and she's not allowed to come here. But I don't know. My friend also, who just had twins like 6 or 7 weeks ago, she offered to come and watch Natalie when we go in for delivery, if that's necessary. So I have a plan B, and I also have Caesar's sister, but I would prefer if my mother could take her, because I know that she's more comfortable if she needs to be sleeping over somewhere, or if somebody have to be here when she's sleeping. My mother is the only one apart from Caesar's sister who have ever spent the night with her, or at least put her to bed. So it would be nice if my mother could take her. We shall see. At least I have like plan A, B and C. So that's good. And I'm very grateful for that. So what I need to do is that I need to make a birth plan because I have a book where I need to fill in like my birth plan, the ones that I'm taking to the hospital. So I thought that maybe we could do that together in one video. I also need to pack my hospital bag, but before I do that I need to go and pick up a few essentials like postpartum things that I will need to bring to the hospital that I don't have. And that's stressing me out a little bit.
anyway, I need to wash baby's clothes. I haven't washed any of his outfits yet. I haven't washed his blankets, his crib sheets, nothing. So I need to wash all of his things, and I need to build his crib. I need to set up my bedside nursery nook that I'm gonna prepare in our bedroom, and I need to wash his sheets. So I have a big list that I need to do, and I think that we're gonna do those things together in an upcoming vlog. Let me know if that's interesting to you, but I think so. It would be nice to, like, I don't know, prepare for his arrival. But yeah, so that's all I had for you in this video, friends. I'm gonna end with a bump shot, and then I'm gonna go and pick up Natalie in school, and Caesar is just waking up. I can hear him. Good. I will tell you in a moment. I come out now. Can you close my door? And I should also mention what I said in the beginning about drinking my decaf, because I have been with a lot of Braxton Hicks this morning, and I have felt a lot of back pain, and I was just getting nervous there for a while that he was about to come. I started to Google like early labor signs or premature labor, and I was getting a little bit freaked out because I feel like I was ticking off everything on the list, but now I feel like it has calmed down a little bit, so that's good. So decaf for the rest of the day. Now let's do the bump shot. Now let's see if you can see me. I think so. But yes, I'm starting to get a little warm here. But this is pregnancy week 32 belly progression. And I'm with my belt today because I feel like I need that extra support, but as you can see, still getting bigger, he's still growing, and I feel like he's definitely lower. I'm not gonna take off my belt right now because I feel like I need it, but yes, this is baby bump for week 32. So let's see if there is gonna be how many more weeks or updates, but stay tuned for a future labor and delivery vlog. Stay tuned for my nesting videos. Stay tuned for my packing my hospital bag, or what's in my hospital bag, I should say, second time around, or third time around I should say. I'm also gonna pack for baby and for my fiance as well. So if you want any ideas of those topics, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in a future video. Bye!